So that is where we use our omnipresence to our ability in order to get this person to buy other shit. You following?
For the rugged. Been a little too nice to y'all. Now I gotta up price for y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all.
What's going on? It is your boy Miguel, and I have a very good friend of mine and business partner by the name of Nick Rendo.
How's it going, guys? I'm excited.
AKA Maxim. Okay, so excuse the hood. We're in a very cold room, and my ears are cold.
Freezing.
And I just don't care about fashion and stuff, or looking good. So that should let you know something about success. So in this particular video, I'm going to be breaking down everything that I know about sales funnels and marketing. Everything that is going to be a manifesto, if you will, of everything that I know about sales funnels. I'm going to break it down all to him because I want him to know this stuff as well. And I want you guys to see everything that I know laid out. Obviously, there's going to be more intricate details about every single thing that I talk about, which you can learn about all throughout my channel, as well as the course that I'll go ahead and link down below. But I hope you enjoy this video. So let's get into it. All right, so Nick. What's good?
Let's go on with that.
Alright, so in terms of sales funnels in general, the first thing that we have to think about is what the whole basis of the sales funnel is from a broad perspective, and then we're going to go more narrow in. So the first thing that we have to think about is in terms of the customer's actual journey. We want to think about sales funnels from a very broad perspective. So we want to be able to take a customer all the way from cold, not knowing who the hell you are, all the way to hot. So here's how we're going to think about it. So if someone doesn't know you, that means they are cold, so little icicles. They are just free. It kind of looks like they're sweating, but trust me, they're cold. These are icicles. So let's just go ahead and say that's cold, and it's our job to bring them to hot, where they love everything. They're just loving everything it is that you have going on. All right. So the way that we can do that is through a funnel, and we can do that through numerous different ways. So let's just say someone's cold. They're just going about the internet. What are some ways they can potentially find out about you?
We can add maybe before a YouTube video. See you scrolling on Instagram, get your ad. Yeah.
All right. So ads are a way. And then you said just what else?
Maybe even doing like a video with somebody else.
Okay, so collabs.
Yeah, you can see that on the Explore page on Instagram, something like that. Yeah, they can see you tagged, insert hashtags. Yeah.
Hashtags. So all of this, maybe minus ads, because that's a different beast in and of itself, is going to fall under the premise of content, which is why I highly suggest just go ahead and making yourself the face of a brand, or at the very least hiring someone to do content for you, because that is just the way that we go about getting ourselves known in this day and age. And it's why all of my clients are so successful being influencers, because they have a face and they just needed someone to come in and go ahead and monetize that for them. In order for someone to be hot, do you know what a hot customer is considered to be?
Yeah, one that trusts you first and foremost, one that spent money with you already.
Boom. So these people have bought something. That is what makes a customer hot. I mean, the easiest people to sell to are people who have bought to you from you already. So it is our job as marketers or business people or influencers, whoever the hell you are, to figure out how the hell we can take a bunch of strangers and get them down to a place where they know, like, and trust us, and they're willing to buy from us. Because once we get them to buy from us once, we are able to get them to buy from us multiple times, over and over and over and over and over again. So that is the way you want to think about it. So it's our job to get someone from cold to hot. I feel like this is a better visual representation.
I was going to say, icicles have definitely improved.
So it's our job to get someone from cold all the way to hot, where they have bought something from us, because once they get to this side, we are able to sell to this person significantly more. So there are multiple ways that we can go about that. And this is where funnels come into play, because once we're able to actually implement these things, we're able to get them to buy at a much faster pace. And then through the funnel, we're able to increase how much is actually being made on the back end, which is what the majority of people actually neglect. All right. So there are multiple ways we can get this person to at least from cold to just knowing us. They like us a little bit. They're like, oh, okay, I kind of like this guy. This person knows what they're talking about. The first thing is going to be content. So they're actually just consuming your shit, and supposedly you have good shit to show. So they like what it is that you're putting forward. The next thing is going to be lead magnets. Now, this is going to be the biggest thing, because the second you get, well, if you don't know what a lead magnet is, it's something that you give away for free in order to get someone on your email list. So there's still an exchange happening, but it's not money, which is why this is free. And I know that is misspelled. Chill out, you lead maggot. So it's something for free. In exchange for giving this, they are given something. And the reason why this is powerful is because of a thing called reciprocity. Reciprocity is when, for whatever reason, in our little human brains, whenever you give someone something, we have this weird inclination to want to give something back, like immediately. It's probably because, like, during tribal times, if you weren't evenly exchanging with someone, you'd probably die or get kicked out of the tribe, which inevitably led to death. So we want to take full advantage of this, because not only do we get build rapport with our audience or our email list or whatever by giving them something for free, but we also trigger reciprocity inside of their brains. So even if it's not in that exact moment, in the future, they're going to want to spend their money with us because they want to even the scale, basically. So cool. We have officially given them free stuff. It is our job to try and get their information in any way, shape, or form, because we want to be able to market to these people in any way that we can. Because there's two different types of traffic. This is something I got entirely from .com Secrets, full disclosure. So there's two different types of traffics. There's don't own, and then you own. We're trying our best to try and own as much of the traffic as possible, because that's when we control it. Because the worst thing that can possibly happen is you spend all of your time getting famous on YouTube. I guess that wouldn't be the best example, because technically you kind of do own that traffic. But in essence, you still don't. Let's say you get famous on YouTube and then you get 1 million subscribers. You're getting something like 1 million, anywhere from 500,000 to 1 million views on every single one of your videos. And then the algorithm changes, or people's taste in certain types of content changes, anything like that. And now you went from getting 500,000 views to 1 million views, all the way to about 20,000 views per video. That wouldn't be that bad of a thing if you had every single one of those people's email addresses, or had them on your mini chat list, anything like that, because now you own that traffic and you are not at the mercy of the actual platform you are using. Even worst case scenario, let's say you got famous on MySpace a long time ago.
Good example.
You got famous on MySpace, and then MySpace, no one's on MySpace anymore. But you fucked around and didn't build an email list, so now you do not own that traffic. So it is our job to make sure that we put the power in our hands instead of being at the mercy of these platforms that we're using, because they are powerful and they are useful. If we put ourselves at their mercy, then we run the risk of losing everything just like that, which happened to a lot of people on Vine and MySpace. It happened twice, and there's a bunch of Vine stars who fucked around and did not move people from Vine to Instagram, and now they are dead. No one knows who the hell they are just because they made that mistake. So the way we control that is by getting people from traffic that we don't own and changing them into traffic that we do own. And the way we're able to do that is by getting their contact information in any way, shape, or form. The easiest way, or the most reliable way, would be an email address. A lot of people are getting very excited about ManyChat. ManyChat is dope. The only thing is, you put in yourself at the mercy of the platform once again. Facebook could be gone tomorrow for all we fucking know. No one's gonna lose an email address. Like, everyone and their grandma has an email address at this point, which is very, very useful, because even if Facebook does shut off one day, you still have the email address, so whenever that new thing pops up, and you're trying to build an audience there, you can send all of them there. Hey guys, I'm here too. And the powerful thing in that is that it's traffic that you own. So that is the main reason why we want to do that. The other reason why is because now we can warm up these people. So this person just kind of likes us. They kind of know us. They've taken a little bit of a micro commitment by giving us their email address, their phone number, whatever it is. And they've consumed a little bit of our content. We've triggered reciprocity. Now at this point, if they haven't bought quite yet, we're able to warm them up on a consistent basis by continuously sending them content that we're making or any articles that can potentially help them. Anything it is we can potentially use to let these people know that we like them, we care about them, and we are invested in making sure that they get the solution it is that they need, whatever our product provides as well. So for example, let's say you sell self-development course where you're teaching people how to be happy or some shit, right? And then you were constantly sending this person videos about like 3 tips to be happy as fuck. Here's an ebook, 10 things I do in the morning that improve the rest of my day. And then randomly you're like, hey, I have a full course where I teach people how to do this stuff. It's all packaged, it's all super nice, and you're more than welcome to grab it. But if not, I'll keep sending you videos. Like you're Gucci, I got you, man. So as you're sending this person content, they're gonna see, they're starting to really fuck with you. And this person may actually purchase something. And then at this point, it becomes a waiting game. But the way you can speed this along is one, through various types of sales funnels, which I'll go through in a second. The other way is a lot of times this person just needs a deal, and they just need to be hit from every single angle you can possibly think of. So you want to get their contact information in every single area you can possibly think of, and take them and put them in every single possible platform you have. Because for whatever reason, it takes about 7 touch points in order to get people to actually purchase something. So you can do that through retargeting ads. You can do that through regular ads. You can do that through email marketing. You can do that through just constantly posting content and getting them to subscribe, posting on Instagram, sending them emails, and doing many chat blasts. You just want to hit them over and over and over and over again to the point where you're doing a good job when you're starting to get responses, replies on comments, and emails where people are like, yo, I'm seeing you everywhere. What the fuck is going on? That is when you're doing a good job. And if you look at people's ads and you see those comments, that person is retargeting them very, very heavily, and they're hitting that person on a very high level, and that person has been pixeled fucking everywhere, and that person is probably very interested in going to buy something soon. Because now you've created this sort of omnipresent type of deal where like now you've become the god of the internet, and they're very confused why your face is everywhere. All right, so cool. So now you've created an air of omnipresence. You've given them free shit. They've been consuming your content for a while. Now let's go ahead and say they've purchased. What are the different ways that we can get them to purchase? So there's obviously multiple ways, but there are a few powerful ways. I'll just go ahead and go through the main things. There's tripwire funnels. Let's just go sales funnels. I don't know how else to describe that. Deals, and then calls. So these are the 4 main ways that we are going to get people to actually purchase something. And each of them have their own place depending on what it is that you have going on. So the tripwire funnel is going to be a super low ticket offer depending on what it is that you have going on and what it is that you're trying to sell after that. So super low ticket in relation to the next thing it is that you want them to buy, if that makes sense. So if the next thing that you want them to buy is a $1,000 product, a $97 product is going to be low ticket in relation to that. So yeah, you may get less people buying that $97 product, but as long as you get a couple people buying that $1,000 product, you're probably in pretty good shape. If you're going to be selling a $9 product, that should be a very cheap product in relation to the next thing that they're buying. So it should probably be under $100 because you want that contrast there. You want them to be like, well, I bought something, it was about $10. It's not that much more expensive than what I bought, so yeah, sure, I'll buy it. So that's gonna be one way. So the reason why you want this to be low ticket is because It's called a tripwire because it sort of sets the stage for everything else. If you remember what I said earlier, the easiest people in your business it is to sell to are going to be buyers. If we were to look in my ad account, on every single one, you'll notice that the ads that are doing the best are from people who have already bought something. So I'm running ads to people who have purchased products in the past, and I'm trying to get them to buy more shit. And those are the ones that have return on ad spends of like 20, 10 and above, basically. Highest I think I've seen is like 29 return on ad spend. So I'm spending like $2 and making like somewhere like 60 or some shit like that. I don't know if my math is wrong, my fucking bad. So that's where the tripwire products come into play. We're trying to get them to spend anything. Like if we can get them to spend $1, the likelihood of them spending 67 or more is going to jump up dramatically. I forgot exactly which business it was, but it was some music business where basically they were doing like dollar trials, and the second they put that into place, they were just making a shitload more money after that. I wish I knew the exact business and the exact model, but that's how powerful it is. Someone built a crazy big business because of this premise alone. Next thing is going to be sales funnels. That's what majority of people do, so this one isn't going to be foreign to anyone. It's just telling people that your product exists. Because 9 times out of 10, especially with like the whole internet world that we live in, and if you're just like an influencer who also has a product, sometimes people just aren't going to know that you have something to sell. So unless you're constantly reminding people like, yo, or just like, not aggressively, but just like letting people know like, yo, like I have this product and like it helps people do things, like people will buy it. Because they're like, oh, you have a product? Like I even look in the comment section of my clients and it almost never fails. There's someone who's like, wait, you have a program? Like, God damn it. So like it never fails. You just have to constantly be reminding people that you actually have something to actually sell. So just let people know that you have a product. Most people do that, so that's not something that needs to be talked about that much, other than the fact that funnels need to be involved, which we'll get into later. The next thing is deals. A lot of times people are ready to buy, but they're still contemplating it. But if you show them a deal, just give them any sort of deal, that's when they'll take action. Because especially if there's scarcity involved, where like they're like, or not scarcity but urgency, that's when they'll be more likely to take action. Because okay, shit, like this is gonna be around forever. I've been thinking about this. Now it's on sale. I might as well go ahead and take action on this now. And the next one is calls. So this is obviously going to be for more high ticket shit, which you already know about. For those of you that don't, the reason why you would want to hop on the phone with somebody is because you're selling something that is significantly more expensive and is going to require more out of you to actually get that person to buy something. For example, you're not going to buy a car online through some random sales funnel because it's a much bigger purchase. You may look at it online, but you're 100% going to the dealership and getting in that car and seeing what it feels like. And then you may go back home and buy it online after you've already done all of that. But you're not just gonna browse on Amazon and be like, that's the car I want. That's just not happening. Even my laptop, like my MacBook, like I knew exactly which one I was gonna buy. Like I looked online, I was like, pretty sure I want that one. And then I walked to the store and then I was like, hey, I want this Mac with these specs and this. I want to see this one. He brings it out, look at it for 2 seconds. Yeah, I want it. Like I could have bought that online. Like it's not like I spent that much time like glossing over it or even thinking about the decision. But I needed to see that in person. Like I needed that in-person experience because it was a fucking $3,000 computer basically. So that is why you want to make this a much more personal experience whenever you're selling more expensive shit, is because it's a bigger investment that you're asking of them. And if you hop on the phone with them, it makes it a much more pleasant experience and a much more seamless experience in order to get them to buy. So let's talk about the actual funnels. So cool. We've officially figured out how it is that we get new customers to buy. Now, how do we maximize everything so that we can actually make more money? This is through funnels. So this is going to be on the micro scale. We've talked about the grander scale where we're just taking like new people, putting them into the funnel, and then getting customers out of that. On a sorry guys if you can't see this. I want you to imagine that you can see everything on this board, okay? All right, so now we're going to actually talk about sales funnels. I'm just gonna use Brandon's example Shout out to Brandon Carter. This is 100% his example. So you have an iPhone, right? All right, cool. Do you have any songs on there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Were they free?
Apple Music.
Apple Music, cool. Did you, before Apple Music existed, because that's actually a new thing, were the songs that you had on there free?
Yeah.
Probably like downloaded off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, cool. So
It's on camera. I was kidding.
you were downloading mixtapes, obviously, off of Hot New Hip Hop. So you got some free songs, so no money. So cool. iTunes is free too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can download. You can download iTunes for free.
Mm-hmm.
And then you bought a phone. So cool. Now you have a phone. Now you got the iPhone. You should probably get a MacBook to go with that phone, right?
I think so.
Yeah, like it makes sense. It makes sense. And what's crazy is that like with the phone, like you probably need some earphones, right? Yeah, so you need some earphones. Probably need a case. Yeah, you need a case for the phone. Probably need insurance. You need extra chargers because the one that they give you is super short, so you might as well get another one.
Yeah.
For the MacBook, you're gonna need insurance for that thing.
Case.
Gonna need a case for that thing, something to carry it around.
Different set of headphones is a different jack.
Exactly. You need a different set of headphones.
Extra hard drive.
Because it's just mandatory. And then some people take it one step further and they go ahead and get the iMac, the giant desktop. And now they need all the accessories that go with that.
Keyboard, mouse, all that.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't just go buy the computer with that. So, this is essentially the funnel. This is where a lot of people leave money on the table online because all they're focusing on is the one direct sale. Hey guys, I have this product, I have this shirt, I have this course, or I have this shirt, buy it. And someone buys it and they're sitting there wondering why they only made 10 grand in the past 3 months, which is good. But when you have 500,000 subscribers, you're kind of confused because you would think more people are buying it. But it's not that more people aren't buying this, that you're not maximizing the amount of money that you're actually bringing in. And the way that you maximize it is by doing Salesfunnels. And you're able to do this seamlessly through things like Clickfunnels, which is a software that I use that you're more than welcome to get the 14-day trial below. But if you're a hater and you don't want me to make money from the affiliate link, you're more than welcome to just go to Clickfunnels. So you can do that through Clickfunnels. There's also Kajabi and stuff like that, but Clickfunnels is the best. They do not pay me to say that. I genuinely believe it's the best. So that is where you can make that actually make funnels within, and that is how you make this a seamless process. So cool. Now, some people are able to get a free thing, so you can give them like an ebook, or you can even do this with physical products where you do free plus shipping. Shopify dropshippers are famous for doing this shit, and I don't even think they realize that they're doing it because they don't actually do sales funnels on the back end. So you can get free shit, and then you can do upsells on the back end of that. Supplement companies have been built off of just offering more of the same, but you can offer more of other shit, different courses, different programs, different products, physical products, all sorts of things. And there's another thing that a lot of people don't actually take into account or actually do. So cool, someone goes to the funnel, they get the free thing, maybe they take you up on your tripwire offer and they buy the MacBook, but they don't buy the iMac. Damn it, I really wanted them to buy that. That was the profit maximizer. That would have really been that would have done a lot of good for my business, but they didn't buy it. Where a lot of people fuck up is they don't have their audiences segmented into multiple different pools so that they're able to know who bought what and when they bought what, and they're not hitting that person up on a regular basis to try and get them to continue to buy their shit. So that is where we use our omnipresence to our ability in order to get this person to buy other shit. You following? All right, cool. So let's say they've gone through this funnel, but they didn't buy this one thing. We would be able to use, not every email provider has this functionality, but something like ConvertKit actually does, where you're able to have these sequences that you have pre-set up, where if someone buys a product, they are sent multiple emails depending on what it is that they bought, and you're basically able to set it up inside of ConvertKit, where if this person bought product X, then it won't send them that email. If they did buy product X, it won't send them that email.
So they're getting custom, essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah, custom ads, targeting, like all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if they didn't buy product X, then they're going to be sent that email. It's going to be saying, hey, I hope you're enjoying product Y. It's been helping me, and it's helped so many other people so much in the past. And I really know that this product X could help you so much. And because you've shown how serious you are by getting product Y, I'm gonna go ahead and give you product X at a special deal that no one else is going to see other than every single other person who has bought this product and did not buy it. So that is how we're able to set it up so that they're getting hit from this multiple way. So there's other stuff that you can use where you have stuff like SyncSumo, where SyncSumo syncs your email list up with Facebook. So now you have this pool of people who bought product X and this pool of people who bought product Y. So cool. You have these two pools of people. So now you can have an ad set for we're doing product X. And you can make sure that everyone who bought product X is going to see this ad. So this should actually be product Y. So everyone who bought product X is going to see this ad, and then everyone who bought product Y will not see that ad. So not only are they getting emails about this product that is very custom to them because it knows that they are in this part of their personal buyer's journey, they're also getting ads for that exact same product. They have been hit with this omnipresent sort of thing where they feel like you are speaking directly to them. And then what you'll notice is that you'll start getting a lot of purchases for this product because it is very custom to them. And then something else that you'll notice is that when you finally do a deal for this product, it will do even better because they were considering it this whole time because you've been talking about it to them this entire time. And then they just
little extra urge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now you've finally done a even better deal than the shit that they've been seeing, and they're like, oh fuck, now I really have to take advantage of this because I've been seeing it at this other price. I believe it's called a price uncertainty, where they basically they have no idea what the fuck the price is going to be. They don't know when it's going to be, but they keep seeing these different fucking prices. When they know if they don't take action, then it's probably going to be more expensive or less expensive. They're not sure, but they're just like,
and then when you say it's this page only, or maybe just the next 48 hours, then you add in that scarcity in there.
Exactly.
It's usually a done deal.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now you've created this omnipresent thing where not only are you bringing people down the funnel, but you're basically holes out there and you're just like catching the leaks. So there's the leaks right here, and then this is going for the ads. So you're catching the leaks, and then at the very bottom of the funnel is you with a nice bucket catching any leaks that fall through. Oh my God, I can't believe
how many leaks there were.
So that is basically it. You're bringing people from not knowing who the fuck you are, getting them to buy something, and then you're multiplying everything it is that's going on through Salesfunnels, and then you're basically catching all the leaks through email marketing and through Facebook ads. That is everything in the very broad sense in terms of what it is that have to do with Salesfunnels, Facebook ads, email marketing, and content. Do you have any questions?
Wow. That's awesome. You covered this really, really well. No.
You have no questions?
Really well. So when remember what we had before, like phones, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. How does that kind of tie in to here? Like, can you go into that maybe like a little bit? Like,
mm-hmm.
You would do phones, I feel like more on the bottom because you need like that more personal interaction, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. It's all contextual. So it depends. No one's hopping on the phone and selling an iMac. Because although it is a little bit more expensive, in the context of what it is that's going on, they don't have to actually hop on the phone with anybody. If you were selling coaching, where you're trying to get someone to fork over $2-3 grand for 4 months of one-on-one time with you as a person, as a human being, then yes, you're going to have to talk to that person. If you're doing, that's basically what it comes down to. All the lead magnet, tripwire, and sales funnel stuff just comes down to the strategy that you would want to go about in that particular moment, because strategy is going to be the name of the game for everything. So there's no possible way that I could go, like strategy is going to be the hardest thing to teach, because everything is always so contextual to what it is that's going on, who it is that you're personally talking to, what your actual target market is. So it's nearly impossible to give strategy on a case-by-case basis. You kind of just have to know the frameworks and be able to apply that to what it is that you have going on. All right, cool. So the one thing that I chose not to talk about in this one was just like target market stuff, copywriting stuff, and that's about it. But those are like the other things that are highly important, knowing who it is that you're actually going to be selling to. Because where most people fuck up is they just think of this person as a number. I got a purchase. Instead of, oh, a human being was actually resonating with what it is that I was saying, so my messaging must be correct to what it is that I have going on. So last point would be to make sure that you're constantly thinking of the numbers on your page as people.
That I took someone off of Instagram and pulled out their wallet and gave me money for my content, my information, my value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's a pretty like significant thing. So if you constantly keep that in the back of your mind, then you're going to approach everything slightly differently, because you know that you're interacting with people and you're trying to get them to actually take certain actions. So that's the one thing. The other thing is copy. Copy would be impossible to go over in this one video, because there's just so much to it. But there's an entire, well, I don't know if it'll be out by this time this video is out, but it is in the course, which is entirely free, and you can go ahead and click below in order to sign up for that. But yeah, copy is the other important part that's mandatory to see success with this. And if you yourself do not like writing or feel like that is not one of your strong suits, I highly suggest you find someone who does know how to write, or study your ass off and write every day until you start to get good at it, or at least decent. So yeah, that is about it. Thank you for being in this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned some stuff.
A lot of stuff. That's awesome. I can't believe that more bigger companies, I don't want to say that maybe don't know about it, just don't even implement it, don't see.
But no, they do.
How much? Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
what do you mean? All of them do this. Like McDonald's doesn't make money on their burgers; they make the majority of it on the drinks and fries. That's why they train every single staff person to say, "Would you like fries with that?" They're implementing. They didn't become billion-dollar companies on accident.
Very true.
Cool. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I highly appreciate it if you made it to the end. If there's anything you would like to learn about on this channel, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. And if you got some fucking value out of this, go ahead and like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.